This is something we have, when we cut this package, it says still unnamed. I named it last night. The name of this charity venture is Mercury One, and it means several things. One mind, one heart, one body. Saving the country, one person, one family, one entrepreneur, one town at a time. Mercury One. But it also is not just the name of my company, Mercury. It also should sound familiar. Mercury. It was the space project. It was the first space project. When you didn't know anything except the Russians have put monkeys in space? Think how odd that seemed. That's kind of like, wait a minute, communists in the White House? We have monkeys in space? We have things that I thought would never, ever happen. They're happening. And it's not our side that's doing it. It's not our side that's doing it. They launched Friendship 7. That was one of them. And it was the Mercury Space Project. And it took us to new heights. And we come out of this darkness of the 50s of tearing each other apart and having, these commie trials and everything else, even though they existed. Now, people looked at it and said, wait, there's something great happening. Look what we can do. In the 60s, you were mired in the mud at Woodstock, and you were saying, tear down the system, or you were looking to the moon and the heavens, and you were saying, look what man can achieve. That's what we're going to do, and here is a taste of it.
But first.
Thank
you. Thank you.
Going back. Good night, everybody.
Thank you.
For America to survive, all that we have to do, you and me, is to remember. Remember who we are, where we came from, what we're capable of doing. Remember who gave us the freedom that defines the very essence of this great country. Remember the responsibility that accompanies that freedom. Throughout history, wherever need around the world has arisen, Americans have been the first on the scene. First to give, to pray, to feel the pain of their fellow man, and look for a way to ease that suffering. Americans are that way not through happenstance, but by design. It was part of the original blueprint, what Ben Franklin called the American religion, serving God by serving each other. Now, it's America that finds itself in need. And there are no rescue ships crossing the seas, no countries offering to erase our debt or feed the hungry, give shelter to our homeless, or rebuild our towns and cities destroyed by catastrophe. We, you and me, must save America by saving ourselves. And we will. Mercury Radio Arts is building a humanitarian project without a name at this point. It will be self-funded and uniquely American. It will be a hand up, not a handout. You will be challenged to become part of a rapid response team in your own region. When a neighbor is in need, you will be there to respond, to feed, to clothe, to comfort. This nonprofit organization will be a constant reminder that our solutions do not reside in Washington, but they reside within you and me. It is the American spirit. This will be a grassroots effort that in reality will only be as big as our American imagination and ingenuity will still allow it to become. It will not be funded by taxpayer dollars and will look for other ways besides charitable donations to survive. This venture will look to restore an idea that has also been forgotten, that capitalism is only a reflection of the values of those who use it. It's neither good nor bad. It just is simply what you make of it. That's where 1791 comes in. For some, 1791 will simply be a new line of clothing, but to others, it will become a way of life. just as Paul Newman established the line of Newman's Own products to help at-risk children. 1791 will be a tool used to help rebuild America. 1791 clothing will be a constant reminder to those that wear it that we are a people of merit and that we haven't forgotten that with those rights enshrined in that historic year came great responsibility. Oh, and there's one more thing. A plethora of shuttered mills and factories across America bear witness to the fact that so much of what is needed to make American quality apparel has been lost. This, too, will need to be remembered. This, too, will need to be rediscovered. I believe that somewhere out there is a town searching for a second chance, a mill waiting to be reopened, re-energized with dedication and the skill of American craftsmen and women who will embrace the opportunity to create something with lasting value and real meaning. This is where our journey will begin. With all the profits going to Mercury's American relief programs, 1791 will help neighbors in an unprecedented way. In the end, it does all come back to just you and me. Will we be part of the solution or content to be victimized by our problems? GBTV will be asking you to help us explore new and innovative ways to rebuild our country using the original blueprints left behind by our founding fathers. America needs you. You're here for a reason. Get involved and help spread the word in what may become the biggest challenge in our nation's history. With your help, we will see our greatest hour. Our steepest climb will be to simply remember the Americans are already here.